All right, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Al-Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Al-Shai. Koholo Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Barak Kudash, double honors, possible elders, great millstone, which is well. Peace out to all you Akim four corners of the earth. I'm Yekrof Waso, Yahushai, sanctified ones. Come back with another video. Right quick, Iran is getting down, right? They putting belt to ass to the Israelis. They putting belt to ass to America. They whooping ass to Babylon, right? The Israelis and America's Babylon. They're putting belt to ass, okay, to Esau. Esau and is going through it with the Persians, and the Persians is kicking ass. Yeah, Esau is hitting the Persians. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying that. Of course they getting the hits, but okay, the Persians is swelling that ass up, right? So the face is all swollen up and shit. Persians got some hits and nicks, and they got some swelling here and there. They got no those, but that motherfucking American face is getting swollen up. The fuck Babylon is getting swole because they're putting ass whoopings all over Qatar, all over Dubai, all over Kuwait, all over the Arab Emirates, all over there. They are putting belt to ass to all of Babylon's friends. So Trump and them is calling peace, but they can't call peace to the Iranians because they will not talk to Babylon. They choose not to talk to Babylon. They won't do it. They said they need to punish Babylon. So what the Babylon has done is they're calling all them other countries that Iran is tearing up, the UAE countries, all them so-called Middle Eastern countries. They calling them Kuwait and all them, trying to get them to get a peace deal struck with the Iranians. I believe even Russia even called. I believe even, matter of fact, in Turkey called. So if those, but they're not hitting Turkey and Russia. Everything they're actually, pretty much allies with those. Well, not allies, but with Russia they are allies with. But as far as Turkey, they're not tripping. So, but anyway, but the point is, Babylon is trying their best to call peace, while Babylon's on TV in America talking like they the big shit and tearing shit up, right? But that's not the truth. Straits of Hormuz is closed. Fuel is rising. The cost of fuel is going high as fuck. It's already in America, where I'm at, it's fucking almost $4. Canada, I think it's close to $8, between $6 to $8. Fucking, I know in fucking LA it's like $8. So it's like, gas, the fuel is fucking, and it's not gonna stop. Diesel's $5, $6.45, something like that. But hey, this shit is going up. It's not getting, life gonna get a lot different. So we gotta be ready, prepared for what's to come. Okay, there was bombs that was dropped over in Tehran, but the weapons defense system has stopped whatever bombs that was sent from the Israelis. They stopped them, and the people, it was like thousand people gathered around, and they were cheering and shouting, and and they was deaf to America, deaf to Israelis, deaf to America, deaf to Israel. So this shit is not going to ease up. The people finally coming together over there in Iran because they seeing that they can fight. They seeing that they don't have to be afraid of Satan because Satan's actually weak. Because once you get a hit, it's over. You get that bully, you get him good, you get him bleeding. Here come the sharks. And that's what's going to end up happening. You know what I mean? So once you get that good hit on this bully, everybody like, oh, okay, shit, let the weak say that I am strong. Somewhere they said, I seen somewhere, it could be a lie, it could be AI, but they said that the fucking Israelis dropped a bomb on fucking North Korea. If that's true. I'm not saying it's true. If that's true. Oh boy. So, and North Korea is already fighting the Israelis along with Russia, because the Israelis is over there helping Ukraine, and they got North Korean up in Ukraine helping Russia fight. The Israelis are helping Russia fight the Ukrainians, which is America, Babylon. So, oh boy, okay, if that's happening, then oh boy. So it's a lot of shit going on, underhanded shit. Trump trying to get peace. Then he's blaming his cabinet, blaming his son. It's their fault that we're in this war. And he's like, man, you just a pussy, bro. Like, give up, man. Like, you're a fucking liar. You're a devil. You ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You're a piece of shit. You got your people in this war. Now you got to try to find a way to get out of it, because you can't deal with it. Because once they get a hit on your ass, they're gonna see how weak you really are. Fuck all that talking. Fuck all that posturing. Fuck all that big shit. Fuck all that money shit. When it's time to throw them blows, you better be ready. And America know that they ain't ready for that real shit. So but they are over there. So be ready for what's coming. Be ready for shit. Hey, shit might just chill. I don't know. Hey, but shit might just explode even worse. So these glasses gonna call up 2 15 chapter, 2 16 chapter. We coming. We in Joel 2nd chapter, Joel 3rd, man. Hey, this shit is here, man. Them missiles is coming. We can't. Soon enough, we're gonna be in Jeremiah 49, Jeremiah 50, 51. Hey, this shit coming, Esau, man. This shit, the shit is written on your head, man. Okay, it's written on your head. Ezekiel the 25th, Ezekiel 35. Numbers 33 and I think we'll say 33 and 35, 35, 33. Hey, man. Hey, the Lord coming and He coming to get that ass. So, it's on you. You got to be ready for what's here to come, and just everybody need to be ready. So, with that said, I'm gonna play this video, and and I'll close out when it's done.
Iran launched its 37th wave of operations in what was described as the heaviest attacks during the 12th day now of the Iranian response to the US-Israeli aggression against Iran. And not only the Iranians said that this was the heaviest attacks, but also the Israelis as well. It was reported that this was the most intense missile attack several days after US and Israel claiming that they're reducing the strengths of Iran and their capabilities. And Iran not only targeted multiple parts in Israel, but also a US base in Erbil, the 5th Fleet HQ in Bahrain, amongst other targets. And they also said that this attack would last 3 hours, and it did. For 3 hours, Iran was landing missiles on Israel and US assets in the region. This was the attack that was published by Iran.
Learn how I use private trading networks to earn $24,000 a month in passive income and escape the rat race in less than 6 months.
If I were to rate everything that I'm doing right now, you guys would be number one, without question.
It's beyond my wildest dreams.
And they said that they targeted these locations with Khaybar, Khurram Shahar, and Qadr missiles, some of them weighing up to 2 tons. Warheads, the warhead, 2 tons, imagine that. And a lot of destruction happened. Several videos came out of Israel despite heavy censorship. These were some of them.
Okay. Go. Go. لا بلان no. Yo, אני בהלם. אני בהלם. אני בהלם. Yo. אני בשוק. אני פאקינג בשוק. אני פאקינג בשוק. Okay.
That was one of them, and there was another video. We'll show the most relevant videos that were published of the landings inside of Israel. There was substantial damage inside the country. Israel is, of course, trying to censor as much as possible, although, like we said before, more of the releases come afterwards following the attacks. So they're targeting Israel and the United States with the heaviest wave of attacks that came from Iran so far on a very significant day. We're talking about the 12th day, and previously there was the 12-day war, and now there are multiple parties trying to speak with Iran to try and reduce tensions and reach the ceasefire. Iranian officials confirmed that multiple countries tried to reach them. Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and one of the biggest efforts actually came, one of the most serious efforts actually came from none other than Russia, who said that the United States is indeed interested in reducing tensions. They want to cease fire and they want to tone it down. Likewise, they tried before, of course, but then they tried to reach other countries because Iran told them, we're not interested in talking to you. And several Iranian officials, including the Speaker of the Parliament, security, others as well, said that we need to punish them. So why is Donald Trump now saying that, and they're having these conflicting statements yet again from the United States? You know, some elements telling you, oh, we think that it's not going to take very long, and then others saying, well, it could last for months. It's because of the catastrophe that they're facing with all of the economic situation and the shutting down of Hormuz. Now, in the United States, they're starting to confirm this. They're saying that Iran is adapting to war. It's not behaving like a beheaded regime. You know, before they thought they were going to attack it initially. And that's it, game over. And in Israel, they're hoping, you know, we hope for a revolution. And maybe, you know, things change. Netanyahu came up with another video, another statement to try and push the Iranians, telling them the next few days are going to give you opportunities, windows of opportunities, try and take change in your country, change things around. But they're really understanding now that the likelihood of any change isn't going to happen now inside of Iran. They understand that the country's strong, the people are surrounding their leadership now after these barbaric attacks coming from the United States and Israel, and there will be no exit for them unless they follow the demands of Iran. And the Iranian demands we're hearing are serious. First and foremost, there are no confirmations that the Iranian side is engaging in any sort of talks so far, but we are hearing about a minimum base. So, number one, they're not talking to Trump, according to some diplomats. So any talks would have to be with a different leader. Their experience with Trump hasn't been good. In addition to that, removing the American bases. I mean, they have been destroyed now, but not rebuilding them. The United States needs to be out of the region completely. And then removing the cancerous Zionist entity. These are certain conditions that Iran is setting now, and multiple parties from Iran are talking. Now, how far are things going? And
you see this house in Florida? Well, let me show you how I invested into it with just a few $100s. I did it using something called tax lien investing. So basically, what happened with this home is the owner failed to pay their property taxes. When that happens, the government actually creates certificates for that debt. I actually bought that debt, which basically means I paid the taxes. Once the homeowners finally pay, I'm going to get the interest owed from the delinquent bill. If the owner never pays, the property goes into pre-foreclosure, where I can invest in it for cheap. It is by far the easiest way to get into real estate. No deal.
When will something happen here? So far, we need to understand that this is all talk. Iran isn't engaging in talks. We have a situation where they need to inflict damage against their enemies to a level where they deter them. from having any sort of attacks. And there are also assurances requested by Iran as a main base condition to have any sort of talks. All of these would have to be taken into consideration by both the United States and Israel. Trump is eyeing on the midterms in the United States. Netanyahu doesn't care much about anything but himself. He doesn't mind dragging the US into an all-out war. He believes that if the United States gets dragged into a war that would last for more than 6 months, for example, he would still be in a safe position internally and politically as well. He hasn't been granted his amnesty yet. Trump is applying pressure on the Israeli president to give him that. And he still has that leverage on the American president. There's a web of interests here, layers of complexities, and the strongest indicators would come from the ground. Will Trump declare that he achieved his objectives, although it's going to be a huge failure because from the beginning they said they need to remove the Iranian establishment, regime change, and that's not going to happen. Whether they're climbing down the ladder with their statements about potentially keeping them there but having someone friendly to us, like Trump said, friendly to the US and Israel, is gonna work. Again, there is no guarantee, but what's for sure is the more days go by, the bigger and greater the Iranian response is against the American-Israeli aggression against it. Right now, misinformation spreads faster than facts, especially on the most sensitive global stories. NVP uses uncensored AI analysis to verify the most controversial topics and separate signal from propaganda in real time. Instead of guessing who to trust.
So yeah, so there you go. You know, but y'all got to be ready for what's coming. You know, you got to get, cease prayer without ceasing. You got to keep praying and keep knowing that Yahweh Shema Shai is on his way. The Most High is making these things happen. The Lord is what is that? I think it's Ezekiel 36 or 37, where it says the Lord will slap the armory out of your left hand or something and control it with his right hand. So, I mean, the Lord is doing what he wants, man. Like I said, hey, you got to get ready for what's coming and just be ready for what's here. So, hey, with that said, I'm Yaquan from YSO. Yahushua Sanctified Ones. Be ready, be safe, be diligent, be aware. Hey, even like old boy Dabu 7 say, eyes to the sky, eyes to the sky. Hey, man, Shalom and a Bible ball.